my lovelies, I've got 3 cards here. Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. And I'd like you to think of something that you need some guidance with, or something that you need some help with. And we'll see, what the cards actually say. So it could be that you take something from all 3, or it could be one particular card if you're choosing number card 1, number card 2, number card 3. So it's up to you. So have a think what you need some help with, and let's see what the cards say. So this is card number 1. So card number 1, this to me is about a couple making a decision. Might even be they've got plans, but it hasn't yet been put in stone. So you've got the stonemason here who's going to chisel it into stone to make it more permanent. Now the female side of the partnership is very determined, has already made the mind up about doing it, whatever it may be. But the male part has got some reservations. Now when I say male and female, to me female is somebody intuitive, somebody that goes with what they feel rather than what they think. Whereas to me, when I talk about masculine energy, it's somebody that's very logical, analytical, a little bit like a computer. So it could be the male part of this partnership is thinking about the financial problems, the ins and outs and the practicality of how it's going to happen, whereas the female's really determined. But at the moment, they haven't actually set it in stone. And this to me is about the female energy understanding the logics behind it, like the pros and the cons, but also the logical, the masculine energy, also then understanding the female quality. And it's about the partnership needs to come in balance, needs to understand each other's points of view before they actually make a decision, because once they made the decision in stone, it's going to be a little bit difficult to undo it. Now this could be a partnership to do in marriage, a partnership to do with work, a partnership about buying a house together. I feel it's something logical like that. It's not like the partnership going out and buying a puppy or something like that. I don't think it's about having a child. I think it is something like practical, or logical, shall we say. But it's like the stonemason is waiting for them to make the mind up. I feel as well there's a lot of protection because you've got the pentacles at the top here. And by the way, pentacles are something nice. They're not anything negative. Pentacles are really protective, and they represent all the elements of earth, wind, fire and water, and also spirits. They're all good, because if you see some of these horror movies and you see a pentacle, you think, oh, it's a horror movie, it means something bad. No, it doesn't. So that means then that they are protective, especially because you've got 3 of them. But I think what the decision is, and what it then transpires to, has got to come equally from both partners, and both of them to sit down and realise the logical and the intuitive side, because I feel that the female energy, and it could be a man, the female energy is very, going with the feeling, oh, my gut feeling is telling me this. But even if it is saying gut feeling is telling you this, and even if it is right, it won't necessarily work, or there will be hindrances if you don't take on board the logical views of the other person, that's trying to be the logical one and planning and all that, because yes, it might go with intuition, and yes, it might be a good idea, but I don't think it will work to its full potential unless you've got both of you on board. Right, okay, now this is card number 2. This is about a person constantly worrying in their dreams, having trouble sleeping, as thinking they've got the world on their shoulders, they're feeling very depressed and down, and all they can see is the dark. They don't see the positive. Whereas if you look at the idol down, you've got roses here, which are red roses through love. There's a lot of love around this person, but this person's so blinkered looking at the dark side and the dark things that are going on, that can't see, the love around, the happiness, the light, if you like. Also, this person's got a lot of swords above them. And swords to me represent protection. They represent spirit guides. And this, of course, can be your loved ones in spirit. It can be your ancestors. So this person needs to find a way of communicating to their spirit guides, communicating to their ancestors and the loved ones to get help and try and help them not worry so much. Because the problem is with worry, it is almost like a disease. The more you worry, you produce negative energy. And the more negative energy you produce, you then are going to have a headache, you can't sleep, you're then unhappy. And it might even be you need to write down your feelings. It might even be that you have to talk about things, or even ask in your dreams for you then, to have some guidance and that from spiritual help. If you are having a troubled time as well, selenite crystal is really good. You get a slice of selenite crystal, which you can put under your pillow, and that will help you sleep, help you then not worry so much. But also get a pendulum. And if you look on my website, you can get the link, and I may try and remember to add it to this. You get the link where I can show you how you use a crystal pendulum, which, I've got one here, look, where you use a crystal pendulum where you can just ask a yes and please show me a no there. And that then can give you a way for you to communicate and use as a tool to talk to your spirit guides and talk to your angels and your granddad or anybody else who's in spirit. So don't try to worry. And the other thing is, spiritual people like with me, except when somebody passes over, we believe that things happen for a reason. So even if there's something not very nice going on, there's always going to be something positive coming out of it. So if you are in a stressful job, maybe it means that you need to look for something that brings you happiness, but not necessarily the money, but maybe less money, but you're more happy. If you're in a relationship that's a bit dark, maybe be strong and courageous and have confidence about walking away from the relationship. It may be the relationship, the person isn't as happy as you think they are. Especially with women. Women are often, are very committed, they're very stubborn, they're the organisers, not always, and they often will stay in a relationship because they've actually vowed to stay in it, even though they know the other person is not happy. And I know you might have complications with children, but invariably the children aren't happy either because, the mum and dad aren't getting on. And if the mum and dad did go their separate ways, yes, it won't be very nice for the children, but it means then the mum and dad would be happy. So when the children spend time with the mum and dad, they then themselves are going to be happy. I don't know, it's a big decision, and of course that's going to be personal to you. But whatever the decision is, you haven't got to make it on your own. You've got to believe in spirit, believe in your spirit guide, believe in help is there, and for you to ask. So don't sort of bury your head in your hands and just think it's all dark and there's no light, because there's a lot of love around you. So I hope that's helped you. This is card number 3. And this is one of my favourite cards. This is a spiritual card that says about having confidence in your ability with working with spirit. So with you picking up the sword, it's like other people then are judging you, taking a mickey out of you, shall we say, or teasing you because you believe in angels and you believe in spirits and, you're working with crystals and pendulum and all that. And you might even have somebody turn around and say to you that you're a witch. And by the way, I'm a witch, but I'm a white witch. I work with the white light and I work with crystals and all good stuff and lighting candles to send healing to people. Nothing at all dark. And while we're on the subject, witch means wise one. So the wise one of the village, and that doesn't mean anything dark at all. So with this one, it's again believing your ability, believing your intuition, believing in your natural ability to do healing maybe, your natural ability to help other people, and about you then helping other people, but also being strong and having the strength of spirit, so you then can be confident in your beliefs. Don't let anybody else, shake the bush, shall we say, and you drop off bits of leaves, look, about shaking your ability. If it's what you believe, then that's fine. And it's not as if you're going to go to a party and stand up there and tell everybody that you read angel cards or a medium, which I hope you could. I mean, me at my age and that, I don't, it doesn't bother me anymore. But when I was a bit younger, I probably kept it a bit quiet, which is sad, really. But this is about you having strength with your psychic ability, with you being more spiritual, you know, with you then opening up more. Now, when you open up more, again, remember about putting your protection around you. And I know you've got the sword to protect you, but you need to put protection that around you and that as well. You know, with putting protection and wearing pink, don't wear dark colours. You know, to me, I don't like people wearing black, especially if you're working with spirit, because black will close you down. Especially if you wear a black t-shirt, because a black t-shirt, if you like, is on your top, and that's where you've got your main energy centres, which is your chakras. And when you're trying to then work with angels, they've got all white light around you. Your black on your t-shirt is like closing down your connection. But that's my personal view, and I know it does work. And again, you get more information on my psychic course and that as well. So this is really having confidence, believing in yourself, not worrying what other people think. You know, and spirituality is a personal thing. It's not to do with religion, you know, it's to do with a personal point of view. You know, and also the pink mountains that you can see is about you then bringing in love into your life and that as well. So I hope these have been useful to you. And if you like this readings, please like and subscribe. So blessings and take care.